Hey guys, John Levin here for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. How's it going? I'm here to make NFL picks for Week 13 in the 2012 NFL season. We are 0-1 on the week after we took the Saints and they went out and basically laid an egg in Atlanta. Drew Brees threw 5 interceptions. And when you throw 5 interceptions 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to be successful. Falcons win 23-13, so we are 0-1 on the week, like I said, which brings us to 123-57-1 on the year, 422, 247-1 lifetime, still 68-50 against the spread because we did not pick the spread for Thursday's game. Let's get going anyway. Jacksonville and Buffalo. Buffalo is -6.5 at home here. Listen, I think as far as this game goes, Jacksonville is so unsure right now at their receiver position. You know, Robinson is hurt. Cecil Shorts is hurt. I'm missing a name of another wide receiver. Shows how many people watch Jacksonville Jaguar games. Not many. The Jags are just beat up offensively, you know, and Buffalo's not a great football team either. But I think they are going to be good enough to win the game. The 6.5 though, there's no way I'm swallowing the points. Not against that Jacksonville defense. That Jacksonville defense can play. So you know, I think that I think the Jags will keep it close, but I think in the end Buffalo prevails. Seattle and Chicago. The Bears -4.5 here. And I think Seattle not having corner, their two shutdown corners is going to hurt them. The Bears, what do we know about the Bears? The Bears are a good, tough, rugged football team. Game is home. It's in Chicago. Seattle doesn't seem to play well on the road. They're a much better home team than they are a road team. I'm going to go with the Bears to win, and I'm swallowing the 4.5 points. Indianapolis Colts, Detroit Lions. Lions are -4.5 at home. You can't give an advantage either way here. Colts are playing indoors, so there's not an advantage here. I do think the Lions win this game. I think the Lions win this game extremely tight. What more can you say? Andrew Luck is everything you expected him to be. I think the Lions win this game, move to 5-7. I think the Colts drop to 7-5, but quite frankly, I think the Colts finish with a 9-7, 10-6 record, and possibly make the playoffs as a wild card in the AFC. I really do think that. So I'm going to go with the Lions, but taking the points. So I'll give me the Colts there on that front. Vikings and Packers. Packers -9.5 at home. You do not understand how shaky I am to swallow these points. A lot of points to swallow. 9.5 is a lot of points to swallow. But here, quite frankly, Green Bay was embarrassed last week at the hands of the Giants. And I know the Giants are a good football team. They're a great football team. But still, to be the team that the Packers are supposed to be, and everybody thinks they are, and to go into the Meadowlands and play as horribly as they did in that game, plus only having 2 rushing touchdowns all year, quite frankly, I think the one saving grace that the Packers are going to have is no Percy Harvin for the Vikings. I think that's going to hurt the Vikings. I do think the Packers win. I may be playing a homer game just a little bit here, but I'm going to swallow the 9.5 points. I would suggest you not do the same. I'm going to. I would suggest, though, for those of you who are actually betting on the game, go with the Vikings. Next up, we've got Houston and Tennessee. Tennessee +5.5 at home. Houston has, I think, shown us over the last couple of weeks that they're not the best team in the league anymore. Okay, by all intents and purposes, the Houston Texans come into this game with a 10-1 record. For all intents and purposes, they should come into this game with an 8-3 record. If it wasn't for a a tough break on the Lions' part last week on Thanksgiving with that touchdown. They lost that game. The Texans probably should have lost to the Jaguars the week before. The Jags outplayed them. Texans were able to pull it off in overtime. Texans coming off of 2 overtime games in a row. That's the one part that scares me right there. But I do think Houston's going to be okay against Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee really knows who they are. The one thing I'm nervous about for Houston is, can their defense stop Chris Johnson? Quite frankly, I think they can. I'm going to take Houston. I'm going to take Houston and take them for the spread as well. Carolina and Kansas City. Kansas City plus 3.5 at home. This is going to be a true test for Cam Newton. Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Tough place to play football. It's going to be a true test for him. I was impressed with what I saw on Monday night. Big time stage. Monday Night Football, national TV against the Eagles. I'm still not ready to say, I know that I've been highly critical of Cam Newton all year this year, and I've made a lot of comments that have pissed a lot of people off, really, here on YouTube. I will stand by them. I don't think Cam Newton's a great quarterback. I still don't think so. I think last week he played a bad Eagles team. I think this week he plays a bad Kansas City team. I think he has himself another good game. I think if the Panthers do get the win, Kansas City is just a terrible team. They're a turnover fest. And quite frankly, I would not be surprised to see Kansas City lose out the rest of the way, to be completely honest with you. San Francisco and the St. Louis Rams. Rams plus 7.5 at home. This is a tough game to call just because of the quarterback situation. Quite frankly, I think it depends who starts. If Colin Kaepernick starts, I say the Niners cover easily. If Alex Smith starts, I don't know that the Niners cover the spread so easily here. Everybody's making this big deal about, well, Alex Smith was winning games. You're right, Alex Smith was winning games. But there's one problem with Alex Smith. He's a one-dimensional quarterback. That's all it is. His arm's not fantastic. He's a one-dimensional quarterback. Meanwhile, Colin Kaepernick, good arm, good legs, good presence. Go ahead. Go ahead. And with that being said, I'm gonna go with the Niners, and I'm gonna say the Niners will blow out the Rams because I am banking on Colin Kaepernick to get the start. Let's see, what do we got next? New England and Miami. This is a horrible video. I'm sorry. You can tell I have not done an NFL preview in a while. Plus 7.5 for the Dolphins. I think Ryan Tannehill made some good throws last week. I think Ryan Tannehill is impressive for Miami. New England right now, I think, is the best team in the league. They're not an up and down team. They're straight flat out. You know what you're going to get, and they're going to be good. I'm giving the Patriots to cover. What more can you say? Arizona and the New York Jets. I was wavering on this one. Last minute, I'm changing it. Minus 4.5, the Jets at home. I know the Cardinals are a mess. I know, but you know what? The Jets are a mess too. So I'm going to go with Cardinals. Tampa Bay and Denver. Denver minus 6.5 at home. Let me spell it out for you. Tampa Bay is a tough, rugged football team. Denver is a tough place to play. The Broncos are playing hot right now. They struggled with Kansas City last Sunday. That's a divisional game in Kansas City, to be expected. The Broncos, I don't really know if they're going to lose another game all year. If they do, it will be this one, I think. But I'm going to go with the Broncos to win and cover. Cleveland and Oakland, it's a 0.5 game. It's a pick'em. I'm going to go with the Ravens. I'm going to say the Browns just maybe a little bit too high off of a win last week against Pittsburgh. The Black Hole, tough place to play. I'm going to go with the Raiders. Cincinnati and San Diego. San Diego plus 1.5. Yeah, this is Cincinnati all the way. I am in love with the Cincinnati football team. Alright? They're going to make the playoffs. Meanwhile, Norv Turner is going to be gone in San Diego. People in San Diego are saying hallelujah. I've been calling for him to be out for the last 3 years. It's about time he gets out. He will be out now. Quite frankly, I think if San Diego loses this game, he could be out quickly. This will be the 8th straight loss for San Diego. Norv Turner, I've been saying it forever, he's got to go. He's a great offensive coordinator, terrible head coach, doesn't pay attention to detail. That'll come back to bite you, and it's come back to bite the Chargers. Meanwhile, Andy Dalton has performed fairly well in his last 2 games. I expect that to continue against the San Diego defense. Give me Cincinnati in that game. And spread-wise, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Baltimore minus 6.5. Roethlisberger, it's unknown if he's going to play. I think he has to. I think what we saw out of Pittsburgh last week against Cleveland was probably the worst football performance I have ever seen. Between Charlie Batch and fumbling the football and all that stuff, other than maybe what the Jets did on Thanksgiving on Thursday, what we saw on Sunday, like I said, from the Steelers was completely pathetic. They need Ben Roethlisberger back. I'm going to go with the Ravens to win the game, but I think the spread is just a little bit too high. I'm going to go with the Steelers for the spread. Philadelphia and Dallas. Dallas minus 10 at home. Listen, I don't think this one's that hard. Yeah, the Eagles are bad. Yeah, their defense played poor on Monday night. Could they play poor again? I think so. But you can play poor and beat the Cowboys. I don't think the Cowboys are going to lose this game. I'm picking the Cowboys to win, but the Cowboys are a lousy home favorite. They play terrible at home. I think the spread's just way too high. I'm taking the points. Going with the Cowboys though. Monday Night Football: New York Giants, Washington Redskins. Skins plus 2.5 at home. I'm stepping out a little bit here. I think this is going to be one of those games where the Giants slip. The Redskins are good. RG3 is so much fun to watch. Robert Griffin III, quarterback for the Washington Redskins, so much fun to watch. I'm going to go with the Redskins. I think the Redskins sneak one out. I did pick a score just for the hell of it. I'm going to say 31-30. Not likely, but maybe. There's still NBA games going on right now, so as far as the rest of my picks, those may be up today, those may be up tonight, those may be up tomorrow. I'm not sure, but they will be up. I apologize if this has been kind of a crappy preview video. I don't have many crappy preview videos. Didn't get a big chance to do a lot of research. Plus, haven't done one of these in a while. So anyway, guys, we'll see what I can do, and more picks to come. NBA, NCAA college football, and NCAA basketball. All upcoming a little bit later on, either tonight or tomorrow. Until then, I'm John with for JM Sports 100 and JMSports.org. Enjoy the rest of your night. I don't have the .org anymore, so I don't know why the hell I continue to say that. JM Sports 100 and JM Sports Show. There you go. I do have that. I'll see you guys later.